why is it that things always look much better in the morning? It's still very chilly, so the sunshine and the blue sky, it's all a deception of nature. And next to me was a Peterbilt. It's gone now. It had a Admiral Merchant's logo on the side, and it was hauling a couple of pieces of machinery on the 48 step with a tandem. And this one is a curious looking tractor because it has a sticker on the side that says Echo Tractor, and it has Michelin tires all around, XDNA 2 on the drive, 275/80 R22.5s, and XZA3 Plus on the front, the same size, but it has no tank on the right side, and the exhaust is horizontal, single exhaust, what some guys call hay burner or weed burner. And the hood, so this is a Cascadia, of course, Freightliner Cascadia. The hood is very small, like compared to regular Cascadia, so I'm positive 100% it has a 13-liter engine, just like on my Mac. And I'm moving again. I find that it's kind of like a rolling ball, you know. Once you start moving, you don't want to stop, because there's no point, like there's no loads, right? I'm trying to get to a better area, and I see a lot of guys were quite confused by the direction I took. Well, last time I was in Florida, there was a load, I'm pretty sure. If you remember, I had that big agricultural machine, and then they sent me to Baltimore. There was one of those big cats, Cat R1700G, as I recall, that I picked up in the Baltimore port. But this time there's nothing, right? So because of that, I don't want to go that way, and so my trusty National Truck Stop directory, these guys are not paying me for putting their products in the video. I think they should, but they don't, so this is just my honest opinion. I love this thing. And so I'm somewhere here. See, Georgia, GA. Hold on, let me use a cute pen instead of my crooked finger. So GA, Georgia, this is the border with South Carolina, right? Now this is I-95. So if I stay on this, I will get to, you know, Washington and Washington DC and Baltimore. But since there's no loads over there, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna jump on, what is it, 2677, and I want to get to closer to North Carolina. But on this side, when you cross into North Carolina, there's no truck stops, I know from experience. So this Rock Hill has a bunch of, if my memory serves me correctly, there's a bunch of good truck stops over there. I'm pretty sure there was a Flying J, RRR. Okay, so you have a whole bunch of truck stops over here. Rock Hill Quick C, Cranco Auto Truck Stop, Flying J. Here we go. Rock Hill I-77, exit 73, L, so not too big. Only what? A room for 85/149 trucks. So it's probably, I don't think it's gonna be too busy because there's a bunch of other truck stops in there. But there's Wilco Hess, medium. But this one is the biggest out of these. And it has 24-hour restaurant, and it has a scale, which is just an indicator that it's a serious truck stop. So that's where I'm headed. If I could make my, no, it doesn't want to focus because everything is so bright on the other side. I'm just gonna programming into my GPS. And I sent an email to my dispatch this morning saying that please post my truck on the load board in Charlotte, North Carolina, because I'll be just 10 miles. I'll be 10 miles south of that place. And normally, yeah, that's the type of trailer you need in Florida. Florida and Georgia. You need a reefer. And normally, I mentioned this before, I find that lots of loads from US to Canada travel on a straight vertical line. You know, people are more likely to buy something, let's say a buy in Ontario will be more likely to buy something straight from like down south, like South Carolina, North Carolina, as opposed to, let's say, Louisiana or Texas, you know, because it's shorter. And that's why I'm going this way, because my experience with Landstar was that there was always loads here, like, you know, where I'm going, North Carolina, South Carolina. But back then I had a step deck trailer and flatbed trailer. So especially with a step deck trailer, it was giving me lots of options. Oh, look at this, a very cool looking Freightliner, custom job, an oldie but goodie. Wow, very long wheelbase. And you put a 10-1 spread on a drive and trailer? That's pretty unusual. I like the color. Kind of like my, you know, dark green. It's not even gray. It's more like super dark green. You know, this is a huge truck stop. You can see all kinds of trucks around here. See, like some of them are like this guy. I never saw a highway truck with one tank. You know? Okay, here's another one. Ready? But this one is just aerodynamic. But look at the paint job. Again, extended wheelbase. Well, slightly, probably just a little bit longer than my 244. But I love it when they paint everything the same color, like especially the tanks. When the tanks match the cab color, it always looks cool, you know. No matter what the color, but it's one color. Like, let's say black. I saw black trucks like that, black tank, black cab, and it's always look good, you know. Let the games begin. Yeah. We know. You one noisy son of a bitch, Mac Pinnacle. Okay, distance to Rock Hill, South Carolina. 382 kilometers. And the good news about this whole situation with no loads for Canadian drivers is that fuel is extremely cheap. What? Just sent me a message saying that head towards Milford, DE. So of course now I have to call them back and see what's going on. And just like that, I got a load. Confirmed. Not just speculation, you know, we are talking, we are bidding. I called and asked for an address, and my dispatch sent me the load confirmation sheet. So
It's all confirmed. From here it's 1100 kilometers, or pretty much almost 700 miles. So there's a couple of other trucks loading there from our company. So this is Delaware, on that semi-island just east of Washington, D.C. So pretty much what happened last time, only last time I went to Baltimore. I think it was even further, maybe closer, but no, pretty much the same. Now I just need to find cheap fuel, because I know the cheapest one is the cheapest price. That's my trailer brakes. I always check the trailer brakes before leaving, because you never know, some joker might have pulled your fifth wheel handle and you didn't know, and you did not notice. Oh yeah? Are you sure about that? So bye-bye Georgia. I did not have a lot of luck with you. So no luck in Florida. No luck in Georgia. But somehow I hit the jackpot with a state that starts with a D. Just like my last name. DRATCHEV, Delaware. Something here. The guy took half of my lane, and then he's asking, like, he's showing, you going this way? No, I'm going straight. It's just that you should leave me at least half of my lane, right? Oh, I think he was turning over there. They were not joking when they said 20 miles per hour. A very steep ramp. And that's it. This is I-95. It will take me all the way to near Washington, D.C. A cop up ahead. I gotta change lanes. Wow, the guy even has a dog. I see the cop let a dog out of the car, so they are searching. They're searching the vehicle with the dog, with the police dog. another drug situation. Now, Americans are probably watching this video and scratching their heads and thinking, this guy's an idiot. And especially if you're new to my vlog or you're new to trucking, I just wanted to make a little clarification. Is that normally in long-haul trucking, you follow a triangle. It's almost impossible to find a load in your home area, let's say point A, deliver it to point B, and then find a load in point B that will take you back to your home area in point A. Most of the time, like 99.9%, whether you are American or Canadian, it's A, B, C, A. So you go to B, then you get a load to another point, C, and then from there you find a load back home. The problem with this is that as a Canadian who delivers loads in US, you cannot change the nature of trucking. It's still the same ABC. The problem for me is that I cannot charge money for B to C, because most of the time that BC leg is inside the continental US, and Canadians are prohibited from moving loads inside US unless they have a work permit or green card or something like that, right? So I do A to B, as in this case it was Toronto to Florida, right? And of course there's nothing from Florida following the above rule about the triangle. So there's a load in Delaware in this case. So if I was an American, I could have tried to find a cheap load from Florida or Georgia to Delaware, right? At least cover my fuel cost. But as a Canadian, I cannot do that. So I still do A, B, C, but I only get paid for A to B and C back to A. In this case, from Delaware to Toronto. And that's the screwed up system that our governments, Canada and US, came up with, which to me does not make any sense at all. So if any of people that make the rules watch this, now here I am driving almost 1,000 miles empty. So I'm using your fuel, my exhaust pipes are working, so I'm spewing dirty stuff. Well, not so dirty because it's a 2015 truck, but still, you know, there is some exhaust. I'm using your roads, so why not allow me to move a load at least in the direction where I'm going? You know, like I don't want to do, let's say if I'm sitting in Florida, I'm not asking to do a load to California. All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get back home to Canada, and I don't want to do 1,000 miles empty. You know, if maybe there's a load sitting somewhere, you know, I'm not taking that away from American drivers because maybe it's cheap, right? All I want to do is I want to cover my fuel bill and make some extra money, but clearly that's against the rules. So in this particular case, Toronto, Florida, Delaware, Toronto, I would make more money if I was an American, because Americans are still allowed to move loads from Canada across the border into US, right? If I was an American, I would pick up a load in Toronto, go to Florida, then from Florida I would find something to go to Northeast, and then I can still do that load from Delaware to Toronto, because again, Americans are allowed to bring loads into Canada, you know? And that's why I'm doing these empty miles, and that's how trucking works most of the time. And I made it to Virginia. Spent about over 8 hours behind the wheel and did roughly 700 kilometers or just over 400 miles. And this is Stony Creek, Virginia, exit 33 off I-95. So still 4 hours
4 hours to my destination in Delaware. Shouldn't be a big problem. We'll get up tomorrow first thing and start driving. For now I'm just heading over. There's a Denny's in here, there's Starbucks, but it's already 7 o'clock. I'll probably just go and grab a late dinner at Denny's. And that's it. That's the end of today's vlog. Thanks for watching.